Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Lucky Punch from the Gods boxing channel, which is a long ass name for a channel. And I even had a complaint, not complaints, but a complaint about the length of my name, which I don't think even matters because basically you just go by the recommendations you get, and if you like a channel, you remember the name and you search it yourself. So I don't think it matters. Other thing, I'm gonna start every video like that because I really need to get my fucking energy levels up. I was watching my previous videos, which I'm probably going to delete or hide. Well, not delete, hide, because damn were they boring. God damn. Uh, I know you're not gonna believe this. I wasn't myself in them. You know, it was me physically, but not mentally. I was holding back. I was trying to be too formal, too adult-like, and believe me, if you knew me, I'm one of the most childish guys out there. So expect more childlike activities and childlike energy, because I really need to get my fucking shit and my own style together. So, in my head, which hurts now that I was punching myself, because I was punching myself. Uh, if you can remember, in the the beginning, I was punching my head, um, and I really forgot how much it hurts to punch yourself. Haven't done that in a while. Uh, but yeah, in my hurtful head, I actually finally came up with the concept and style and the way I want to make these videos or shows. So I think I'm gonna scrap, the former previous videos. I'm just gonna start all over again. I The set is ever evolving, ever changing. Um, it's getting better every time. It's just that I live in a 2-room apartment. Uh, it's a major. Uh, it's a lot of work every time I set up this so-called studio. I need to move furniture around. I need to move the computer from the bedroom. I need to move the TV from where it is normally, and normally I need to get drunk before I do these videos. Now I'm not drunk, and I'm actually doing pretty well, in my humble opinion, uh, which is based on nothing. But yeah, um, and the first part of my concept is this start where I freak the fuck out, slap myself around. Uh, Maybe in the future I will get my wife to smack me around or punch me in the nuts, or well, I almost said something irreversible, something you can't really take back. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna freak out. I'm going to talk about myself, and you are just going to have to deal with it, because that's the main reason I'm doing these videos. So I'm doing these videos to talk about myself. I love myself. Well, not really. I have low self-esteem. I think I'm a piece of shit. But this is a way to pump up that low self-esteem. And I find myself to be, if not the most, but one of the funniest guys out there, and the most entertaining. Uh, certainly one of the best looking guys out there. So that's something you should just learn to deal with and learn to love. And if you don't learn to love me, uh, then you should seek some professional help, because there's something going on with you. Maybe you have some trauma one from your childhood. I don't know, and I don't really care. Just okay. Anyways, I do have some topics for you today, boxing related topics. Um, I'm going to talk about the Chisora Parker rematch from last Saturday. Um, I'm gonna touch on that fight, which you can't really see. That's something I haven't figured out yet. Lighting. That's a difficult task. Um, anyways, I'm gonna talk about Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley rematch. Um, I'm gonna talk about a possible fight with Ryan Garcia and Isaac Cruz. Um, we're gonna look we're gonna look some awards given by Boxing News 24, end of the year awards. What else? Didn't mean to close that. Something about Ami Khan versus Kell Brook. Sorry guys, my computer is so slow. Errol Spence set to fight Yordenis Ugas in a welterweight title unification fight. What now for Terence Crawford? That is from Sky Sports. Yeah. So I do have some actual things to talk about. Just had to get the fucking shit out of the way to make this at least a bit entertaining. Also, hey, I met one of my dearest friends last weekend. We hadn't seen in a long time. We've known each other for about 22 years, and I'm turning 30 next year, so that's a long time. And he had some advice, some tips for me. He had watched my previous videos, and basically what I took from it, and I fully agreed with him, was that I should give you guys some background to why do I watch boxing and why do I want to talk about it. Well, basically the reason for this channel is to, in the future, make some dough, baby. But that's purely because I'm broke AF myself, and I need some money to get something in my life in the future. I have a wedding upcoming. I need to buy a, well, that, who fucking cares about that stuff? Anyways, so I used to box myself 5 to 6 years. I never competed. I was supposed to compete once. I was supposed to go to this tournament, but I never went. And there's multiple reasons to it, for it never happening, me never going. Uh, Mostly excuses. The truth is that I pussied out. Not not like, it was more like subconscious, I think. And then I didn't make the weight, so I couldn't compete. Um, it just didn't happen, and then I never tried again. It never came up again. But I did spar a lot. I did all the drills, all that shit. 2 hour, you know. I did all the other stuff. I didn't compete, so I'm not really a one to talk about the pressure and experience of fighting, either as an amateur or a professional, especially as a professional. So I'm just, opinions are opinions. They are subjective. Um, a lot of my predictions are based on gut feelings. I really feel I have this almost like a sixth sense, and a lot of my predictions are based on this gut feeling. Of course, on the technical and physical aspects too, but there's this sixth element to it. So you really shouldn't take any gambling advice from me. Just go with your own picks. I'm not Dwyer or Dwyer the God. But yeah. So that's enough of this small talk. We're gonna next move to the news. I'm gonna do it in segments, just to be honest with you guys, straightforward with you guys. As you probably noticed by now, I digress. I have a tendency to digress and ramble on and talk about myself and other nonsense. So I'm just gonna do this in segments. I'm gonna pause the video. I'm gonna do a one topic at a time, so it really makes some sense. Then I'm gonna do another topic, and then the outro and fuck yous and kisses and hugs and fucks and all that shite. So see you soon with Dereck Chisora versus Joseph Parker 2 news. So here we are with the, I know you can't really see it too well. This lighting shit drives me crazy. So Chisora Parker 2. Joseph Parker once again beat Dereck Chisora with scores of 115 110, 115 113, 114 112, and knocked down Dereck 3 times. But every time he got knocked down, Chisora came back, and it was an entertaining fight. And Chisora already has like 12 losses. He's lost 3 of he's lost his last 3 fights, but people still want to see him, and I can't blame them. He's entertaining. He has these close fights with these top guys, but I still have to, you know, be amazed, wonder, and yeah, how how he gets these chances uh, time and time again to fight these top guys when there's a lot of other guys in heavyweight and in other divisions that have multiple losses, a lot less losses than he has, and still they don't get the chances that he gets. So it's kind of unfair, but I know he's a draw. Uh, a lot of the fights are close. Sometimes he's just outclassed and brutally knocked out. So it's not like it's always close. Anyways, now Chisora is. He said he's not going to retire, and he's talking about going to the U.S. and fighting uh, Deontay Wilder, and that I can accept that fight. Both have. Wilder just lost twice in a row to Tyson Fury. Um, Chisora has 3 losses in a row. Um, but I don't know. I don't know where Wilder's head is. He, in a recent interview, I don't know where, he said he doesn't know if he wants to box again because he's financially secured. He, in his own opinion, um, secured all his achieved all his goals. So he doesn't really seem that hungry anymore. And he Wilder never really cared. I don't care what anyone says. He didn't really care becoming unified or undisputed. So I don't know if there's anything for him anymore, and he's not getting a fourth fight with Tyson. So I think he might just fuck off. Uh, but anyways, if that fight comes to fruition, I would pay a few bucks for it, $20 if the undercard is fine. Okay, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Joseph Parker once again beat Dereck Chisora with a unanimous decision, and Chisora vows to go on, wants to fight Wilder. I don't know what's next for Parker because the other top guys pretty much have something else going on or are in talks. So I don't know who he's going to fight next. So let's see. Then there's this fight. Jake Paul once again beat Tyron Woodley, this time by a 6th round knockout, a great knockout. Some people are calling it a fix. Woodley taking a dive because he clearly dropped his left hand, but that's some conspiracy stuff. I don't think so. And yeah, a great knockout. I like how Paul actually set that up. I think he was looking for it a few times during the fight. The right hand, which knocked out Woodley, but the final blow, he has these little things he does. He's not he knows some stuff. You know, he was looking to Woodley's body and looking like he was going to throw a jab or right hand to the body. He was clearly looking to the body like he was going to throw something there, and then came up. You know, I don't actually remember what the punch looked like. But anyways, I knocked him out. A great knockout. Uh, One thing I want to talk about, but there's not a lot to talk about here. Now, Paul wants Jorge Masvidal, Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz, or Kamaru Usman from the UFC. So, I don't know. But I really need to take a leak. Oh yeah, one thing I want to talk about is I, you must be wondering why I'm facing backwards to you. I need to change something up. This is getting too fucking boring once again. So, anyways, one thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that some guys in this isn't going to work out. This isn't going to work out. Ugh. Hey, this is nice. So yeah, one thing that really grinds my gears is people in the social media talking about Jake Paul and his level of opponents so far, and he hasn't faced a boxer yet. Uh, and what the fuck? He's 5 fights into his career. He doesn't have an amateur the amateur experience. So what the fuck? Why are you expecting him to fight like experienced boxers or elite level boxers right away? I looked this up as I was replying to someone talking that fucking nonsense on Instagram, and I looked this up. Julio Cesar Chavez Senior's first 5 fights. Every single one of those guys were actually making their debuts. Two of those guys ended up never fighting again. So they ended their careers with 0-1 records. Okay? And one of those five guys ended up with a record of 1-16. The other two were 1-6, I believe, and 1-7, I believe. So here's the thing: even boxers who have extensive amateur careers, even they fight like 10 fucking nobodies at the start of their careers. And if you know something about boxing, other than these YouTube stars and former UFC fighters boxing, you know this. So stop talking from your fucking ass and just get a grip. He's only 5 fights in, and in all actuality, he has fought two former UFC fighters, and Woodley was a champion. Now I know Askren didn't know how to punch at all or to strike, but anyways, he had been in there with other strikers in a sport that allows a lot more than boxing does. So yeah, stop it. Then I'm just gonna do the rest without the pauses. I don't need to take a piss anymore. I don't think so. And I'm also running out of time physically, mentally, spiritually, and also my missus is coming home, and I don't want to do this while she's at home. Okay, so let's try and wrap this shit up. While my shitty computer is loading these pages, I downloaded some sound effects. Yes.
Why you bully me?
Why you bullying me? Why you bullying me, bro?
What are you doing, step bro?
Bruh.
Bruh.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
I like the Stepper Bro one the most. Has it load? Yay, cool. So, Errol Spence is. Fuck you. Oh, this is really, my equipment is so fucking bad. Anyways, okay, this is going nowhere. This is going fucking nowhere. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap this shit up. I hope you had at least somewhat of a good time. This didn't. I kind of knew it already because I really need to upgrade my computer. I have to get a well, the fucking chair isn't an issue exactly, but I'm so fat and I don't want my belly to be, on the table as I'm speaking. Um, yeah, I think it was a lot better than the previous ones. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the other videos, but yeah, tell me what you think. Should I uh, talk more in detail about boxing and you know take it easy on the self-loathing nonsense that I'm spouting? Or yeah. So bye.